About 2 months ago, I wrote a will. Now, disclaimer, this will was nothing serious and it was just a joke between me and my friends. I was in piano class one day, bored out of my mind, so I whipped out my Chromebook and began typing away. I decided to write a will. Now, that was my first mistake, for I was writing this on my school Chromebook through my school account. And about 2 days later, as I was volunteering at Lake Placid Elementary School's Fall Festival, I received a phone call from my mom, asking if I had written anything sketchy or concerning in the past couple days. At first, I said no, but then I remembered. I had written a will. I explained to her the situation, and she said she'd call me back and would figure it out. My anxiety was building up, and I was scared out of my mind. My dad called me a few minutes later and said the same thing, that he had learned that I had written a will. He asked if I was okay. I told him I was fine and it was just a joke. He said he figured the same, and that's what he told the school board. They also told him that they were going to send a police officer to my house, but my dad ensured that that was not necessary and that I was okay. My dad also told me that the school board had sent a copy of my document to my mom, himself, my principal, my vice principal, and my guidance counselor. Therefore, I was stressed even more because I thought I was going to be in a lot of trouble. I told my dad that everything was fine and then we hung up. I began to cry because I was so stressed about the situation. And the next day I went back to school and I was so anticipating the principal calling me in and confronting me about the will, but he never did, thankfully. Now, everyone kind of thought it was pretty funny. I mean, the first sentence I wrote was that my dog gets all my food in the fridge, and I also wrote that my history teacher can have my history book with all my tears and my notes in it. So this was definitely a memorable experience for me, and it was pretty funny.